Power Platform tutor for you. I have more than 15 years of experience into the Power Platform and SharePoint. So which includes Power Apps, Power Automate, Power Pages, and Dataverse. And with the hands-on experience in creating real-world business solutions, I focus on helping the learners to especially beginners and fresh graduates understand not just how to tool work, but why they are used in the modern organization. So mainly my focus is to the concentrating on real world apps, how to develop. Okay. So all of you, can you introduce yourselves briefly, 1 or 2 lines, and how much experience you have, and who are graduates, so that based on your experience and based on your level, so we can increase the speed of the uh, these classes. Can you go one by one? First, we will start with Santosh. Santosh not available.
Hey,
Srinivas. Yeah.
Vijay, let me start with myself. This is
Okay.
Harish. So I'm holding total 10 years of experience, currently working on Power BI in one of the US-based MNC. So I'm here to start on the Power Apps, which will be add on to my career. That's it from my end.
Thank you, Harish. Anyone want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, hi Vijay.
Yeah, hi, Srinivas. Go on,
Yeah,
Srinivas.
yeah. Yes, I'm a fresher now. Recently, I completed my BTech, and I have experience in automation anyway. And I shifted to Power Automate.
Okay,
Yeah, that is my end. Thank you, Vijay.
thank you. Anyone want to introduce?
Hi Vijay, myself Sheshadri. I'm having a total 8 years of experience in IT industry and also I'm working with the projects of D365 and I need to improve my career with Power Apps and Power BI also. I'm started to learning Power Apps and Power BI. That's it.
Good to hear. Hadil.
Hi Vijay, I'm Santosh, having an experience of 6 years in the total IT industry. I've been into D365 CE. I just wanted to know how glance on the Power Apps, how it works. I do have some of the experience on the Power App side as well, but I thought of having more on glance on that Power Apps as well. And also I do have a experience on the Power Pages as too. I just wanted to know how the Power Apps in detail. So for that reason, I've been in here over here.
Okay,
Thank you. That's all
okay,
from my end.
okay,
Thank
sir.
you.
Okay, so shall we start the session? Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. Okay, we will start the notepad. So in that today's class, we are going to cover all the fundamental tools in Power Platform, what they do, and examples of when to use them, as well as, so we are going to understand what is Power Platform, who is going to use the Power Platform, who is hiring the Power Platform developers, who are what are tools available in Power Platform, what is the purpose of Power Platform. Okay, so I will write the agenda points here so that you can focus on the class agenda. So in our agenda, the first is what is Power Platform. Okay, and so mainly introduction to the Power Platform. Introduction to the Power Platform. And with the help of Power Platform. So we'll understand a business process. Business process. Okay. And also how to build the apps using the how to implement business applications with the help of Power Platform. Okay. And so what are the core components in Power Platform? Power Platform architecture and components. And then how the freshers, how these apps are fresher friendly. Like what makes Power Platform beginner friendly. So in the today's demo class, I'm going to cover these topics. Okay. So just like I would like to introduce the Power Platform. So what is Power Platform? In the real world scenario, suppose if we take any company, so why why they will use this Power Platform? Okay, so any company, not only like it is not domain specific, like it's not specific to the e-commerce, it is not specific to the food, it's not specific to the healthcare, it's not like anything, like any company, how they are going to use this Power Platform. Okay, so before going to define this, okay, so I will explain what is the business process, and with the business process what they will do in the companies. Okay, so in a company, any company, they need to establish a company, they need apps. Okay, they need websites, right? Any company needs website. Without website they cannot do a business, right? And they need chatbots, like helping the customers, giving the information to reduce the manual process. Also, if there is any if they want to automate anything, like automation. Okay, and they want to store data. So where they will store? In the data source. And then they want data analytics. So like data analysis. So to covering this, how the Power Platform will help the companies. So any company, like regardless of industry, needs a business application to run, manage, grow their operations efficiently. So these applications will help automate, track, analyze, and improve everyday business process. In short, I would like to tell every business needs application to automate the tasks, manage data, and make the better decisions. And Power Platform helps them to achieve all these quickly without heavy coding. So these applications are low code and no code. So to develop these applications, you don't need any prior experience on coding. So you need very less, small coding is needed. That is like no, we can teach you in this class. Suppose we will take the real world scenarios. Suppose a company. I will take a company. Okay. And business domain. Okay. Suppose we will take Tata. So what Tata will do? They have a lot of companies. So we will take one example, Tata Motors. Tata Motors. So what is this business domain? It's a automobile. It's a automobile. Okay. So why they need the automobile industry? Why they need this power platform? So suppose business application. So what they will do with the business? What they will do with this power platform? So in the automobile industry, like they need the dealer management. Like they have a lot of dealers in Hyderabad. In Tata Motors, how many showrooms are there? Okay. And in throughout world, how many dealers are there? So how to deal with them? Dealer management and production monitoring. Like so how the Tata Motors, they want to see, okay, how the dealers are managing, how many are selling. Suppose they have Safari, okay, so they are selling like almost 200 cars every day, okay, like that. Throughout India they are selling almost 1,000 per day. So based on that, they monitor the production. So how many productions we need to improve, okay, like that. They will use the apps, okay, and also service tracking. So they need the applications to track all those things, like now. So not only Tata Motors, if you take any company like e-commerce like Flipkart, okay, so how many they are, suppose we are going to book shoes, okay, so like that. Throughout India, how many people are booking 50,000, 1 lakh, something like that. So they want to send the mails and to order, send mails and track the order, everything they need. Okay. Suppose we will take Swiggy. Okay. So what is the domain of this company? They do food delivery. Food delivery. Why they need? Why they need? They need partner monitoring. They need partner monitoring. And they also place the order in restaurant. Restaurant. Restaurant performance tracking. Perform tracking. Also, they take the feedback from us. So I think all of us ordered food from this website. So what we have observed, okay, so we have an application. So we select the food which we need. When we select the food, okay, so we can, it will show automatically the how much amount it is. And we have multiple food items. In that food items, it will show what is the invoice value, how much it is, okay. And then once it is submitted, so it will go a mail to the restaurant, okay. And we can know that whether restaurant is accepted our order or not. That also we can see, okay, once it is received, okay. So it will show us food is preparing. So all those is things is like possible to manually track all those things? No, it's not possible, because there are many orders. Like, so for submitting the like food items, we need the app. So, and we need the website to track everything. Okay, and also we need a chatbot for what? We need to talk with the customer care if our food is delaying. Automation. Why automation? Once you have ordered the food from the website, we will open the app and you will fill what all the food items you need. Okay, so what automation will do? Will send a notification or email to the restaurant. Once the restaurant is received the notification, they will open the app, their own app. I mean, like, no, in the Swiggy only, they will accept the food item. Okay, so then, so to see the submitted items, okay, so you have to see, also restaurant need to see. So it means that we need to store the data someplace. Okay, so that is data source. Okay, once all is submitted, and this company want to see how many orders are there, okay, and how many are preparing, how many are delivered, how many are negative points, how many are positive, something like this. They want to analyze the data so that they can improve their results. Okay, so like that we can say banking. Suppose we will take HDFC. What they will do? Banking and finance. Why they need? They need loan monitoring, or like account opening, like tracking customer request. So all these are called business applications. Okay, so they need a business application, okay, to track, and they want to store the data, they want to track the data, they want to see the business how they are performing. So all these companies are using Power Platform software to implement business applications. Who will hire us? All these companies hire the Power Platform developers to develop these business applications. Okay, so this is not only three domains. Any company, regardless of industry, okay, they hire us. Okay, so we understand what is a business application. Okay, and so in the business applications, what they will do? They will automate daily tasks, they manage operations and data, and they improve the decision making. Also they will enhance the productivity, and they will see the customer satisfaction, something like that. Okay, so now we will go to what is in the business application. What is the process? Business application process. What is the business application process? So in the business, what I told, to order the food, we need a website. Okay, so for that we need one front-end application. And then once you have opened the application, okay, you need to submit the data. Should store in somewhere. Where? In data source. Okay, they need automation, and they need data analysis. Okay, so in front end, what we will do, what it will come? Apps, websites, and chatbots. So these are the front-end applications. What is the data source? What it will come in the data source? In the data source, so we will store data in the form of tables. Okay, so in the data source, we create a tables. Table how? Like something like, suppose order ID, and what is the food item? Food item. Okay, and what is the invoice amount? Which restaurant? Okay, and something like this. So we will create a field something like this and store in the tables. Okay, and then automation. In the automation, what it will come? What are the components like emails? Okay, and then what it will come? Messages, and also like I told right, restaurant should approve that. Like if restaurant is closed, then they cannot take the orders. So they need to approve that request. Okay, so all these will be automated, and then in data analysis, what it will come? So all those we need to track in one place, that is visuals and reports. Okay, and reports. Individuals means like graphs, charts. Okay, reports in tables. Okay, and analyze the data. So we want to analyze the data. How you will analyze the data? A company, how it will analyze the data? It will analyze the data like sales. What are the sales for this day? In one day, how many sales are there? Okay, and also they have to see how many new production. In the production, how many are implemented, are manufactured. Okay, and how many products are there in the inventory. Okay, and they want to track. So we have manufactured 1 lakh cars. How many are sold out? How many are left out in the garage or in the warehouse? So they want to see the profit and loss. They have invested thousands of crores. How many are came? Okay, they want to see all those things in the data analytics. Okay, so I will show you the architecture, how it will. How I will show you the architecture. So as I told, can you see my screen? The architecture.
Yes, Vijay.
Yeah. So in the business process, the customer will come and open the applications. That is a front-end application. In the front-end application, what we will do? Apps, website, chatbots. Okay. The customers will submit one of these. Okay. And it will store in the data source in the form of tables. Libraries means, you can store the documents. Okay. So when a customer submit a request, it will store in the data source in the form of tables and libraries. Once the data came, then we need to do the automation. Okay, so what is the automation? We need to send the messages, we need to send emails, send approvals. Also we will automate the work process. Not only that, there are many things to automate the business. Once data is stored, data analysis will show you the visuals and reports, something like this. Then the client will come and see the data, how it is, what are the reports, what are the information available from the customers. So this is the high overview of business application process. Okay, front end is nothing but creating the apps and website and chatbots. Data source is a place where the companies will store the business data, is known as data source. Automation is nothing but doing the certain repeated work automatically without any human intervention. Data analysis. What is data analysis? Is a process of converting the business data into actionable information. That is the data analysis. Hope you understand till now. And we'll go back. So how to implement this in the business process? How to implement with the help of how to implement. So first introduction is completed in the agenda. Now how to implement the business application using the Power Platform. Yeah. So yeah, Harish.
Vijay, to get started on this Power Apps, do we require any prerequisites? Like, so do we need to have any knowledge before we start on the Power Apps?
No, Harish, not required any prerequisite. So Power Platform is beginner friendly. Okay, so
Okay.
you don't need any coding knowledge. Okay, so it
Okay.
is the applications are low code and no code.
Okay.
Okay,
And do we require any physical application to be downloaded onto our machine?
it's not required. It's a cloud based, web based. Okay,
Okay.
so in the from the second class, I will introduce how to log in. Okay, so all the
Okay.
credentials we will give to you. So how to
Okay.
implement all those things will come in the next classes.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Thank you.
So now we understand the introduction to the Power Platform. With the Power Platform, what we will do, we will implement the business applications. Recap, please focus on this one. What is the introduction to the Power Platform? With the help of the Power Platform, we will implement business applications. So what is the need of business applications? To improve the company's business process. Okay, so before in the olden days they used to do it the manual process. So if the large organizations, it is not possible to monitor everything with a manual process. Okay, so in the Power Platform, we will do the business applications to improve their business. Okay, so how to implement the business process applications using the Power Platform? So what is Power Platform? Power Platform is to implement the business process in the organization. So in the Power Platform, it is a collection of softwares. What are the softwares available in the Power Platform? Power Platform has Power Apps, Power Automate, in the Power Platform. What are the tools available? Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, and Power Pages, and Power Virtual Agents. Okay, and finally Dataverse. Okay, these are the main components in the Power Platform software. Okay, so what is Power Apps? What is Power Apps? What we will do with the Power Apps? Power Apps. Okay, with the Power Apps, We will build business apps and forms. Power Apps is used to create custom business apps or forms. Why custom? Because we are building, it's not a default forms. We are building the custom forms. Okay. And what is Power Automate? Power Automate is automation software, which is used to automate the repetitive tasks like work process, sending emails, something like that. Power Automate is automation software. Software which is used to automate repetitive tasks. What are they? Like work process and sending emails, messages, so on. Okay. What is Power Pages? What we will do with the Power Pages? Power Pages like used to create the websites. Power BI. Power BI. What is Power BI? Power BI is analytics data analytics tool. Power BI is data analytics tool, which is used to automate, which is used to analyze the business data, which is used to analyze business data. And Power Pages. Power Pages are used to create web pages, websites. Okay. And Power Virtual Agents. I think this is new to all, I think. So all are, I think you know all those things. Virtual agents are like creating the Power Virtual Agents. Virtual agents are used to create AI chatbots. Have you noticed in some, customer support websites, there is a chatbot. Maybe most of you has observed that. So when you give a question, it automatically answers. It is chatbot. Okay. So we will go into
Hi,
the chatbots as well
Vijay.
and the data.
Excuse me.
Yeah, sorry.
Is this Power Virtual Agents like AI chatbots we can also create inside the Power BI and inside the Power BI website pages? Of course, the website pages we can. What about in the Power BI also we can create these chatbots?
No, in Power BI you can't. In Power BI you can't create chatbots.
Yeah, actually, a Power Virtual Agents is a separate, it's a software, okay, and Power BI is separate. This is only for the visualization process. So in the current operation is not available in
That
this.
is the
You
question I'm
cannot
asking
implement
because that
any
is
software.
only for Power BI is a data analysis tool.
Yeah.
So I'm also using the Power BI from last couple of years.
Okay.
So earlier we do have a Q&A option, like we can call that as a Q&A. So we can ask any question over there regarding the data what we are connected.
Okay.
So we can call that is a chatbot over there, or we can create the separate?
Actually, we have the option called embedded Power Apps, okay, in the Power BI. Okay, in the visualization, you have an option for embedding the Power App. So maybe they have implemented, there is a fields in the Dataverse. What is it called? AI AI prompts. Okay, so maybe they have created the AI prompts and integrated with Power BI so that it is possible to give the queries with that, so that the prompt will give the answer directly. Okay, the chatbots, it is like virtual agents are different completely.
It's different.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Dataverse,
So these virtual agents we can only create in the web pages, like web pages or the pages what we are seeing, websites.
we can build in Teams, websites, anywhere. Like Power BI is in Power Apps also we can integrate this. But Power BI is like it's not
No,
allow
I'm
the
asking that
customization.
these virtual agents where we can create.
We can create in the Teams.
Hmm?
We can create in the sites. No, it's something like an app. Okay, it can be like integrated anywhere. Once you have developed this virtual agent, you have to call that where you want to put in the website, you want to put anywhere, how, like where you want to put. So something like that, you have to call this one, this virtual agent. It's an app, right? So this app you have to integrate somewhere. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Let us see in further classes.
Yeah. Is database software which is used to store data. What is the use of data? So Dataverse, it is used to store the data. So this, I will show you the architecture, how it is like used. Okay. So here we have shown what are the business process, and this Power Platform, how these applicable in the business process. Okay. So here it will show the same business process. So how the Power Platform will work. Okay. Here in the application, in the front end application, users use the Power Apps to create the apps. Okay. And Power Pages used to websites. Virtual agents used for the chatbots. Okay. So these are the front end application from the Power Platform. Okay. So once developed, okay, so users will submit the data. Okay. So once the data is submitted, the data will be stored in the Dataverse, SQL, SharePoint, Oracle, Snowflake, MySQL, something like that. There are many data sources, but in the real world scenario, mainly Dataverse, SQL, SharePoint is used. Okay, but we can integrate, we can connect with this all the data sources as well. Okay, so once data is stored here, we can automate the process. Okay, so we need to connect this business application with the data source. We can automate the business process. Okay, once data is stored, we can connect the Power BI. Okay, we can analyze the data like interactive reports, dashboards, visual charts, maps, tables. Okay, so this is the architecture. Okay, and what is the benefit by implementing all these business applications? Okay, so the purpose is like automate the manual work, and it will save the time, reduce the human efforts. Okay, for this what we use Power Automate for the approvals. Okay, and also what is the purpose for the Dataverse? It is centralized data, so we need to store the data in one place. So what we will use? Dataverse or any database. Okay, and then we need to improve the business. We need to take the decisions. What we will use? We will analyze the data easily with Power BI dashboards. Okay, so we need to increase the productivity. How we will use the productivity? So we need to streamline the work process. So how we will do? We will use the Power Apps. Okay, and website, something like this. Okay, reduce the error. How we will reduce the errors? Okay, so Suppose you have told your employee to send the mails to 1,000 members. Okay, he will sit and send the mail one by one, something like that. Okay, and he may do the mistake. Also, there is a business process. Once it is sent the mail to this person, he need to approve. Once the output is this one, then we need to take this action. So manual efforts will do the errors. Okay, so what we will do, we will automate the process with the Power Automate. Okay, got it?
Again, Vijay,
Yeah.
what is the major difference between Dataverse? So here, the database, we can also use a SharePoint libraries or
Yeah.
SharePoint list. Can
Yeah.
you elaborate here,
Yes.
please?
So yeah, that's why I have highlighted in the yellow here. Okay, Dataverse is used only for Power Platform. It is not available to integrate outside. But SQL, SharePoint, others, you can integrate with any apps. Like you can use Java, .NET, any applications. Okay, using all these applications, you can store that data. But Dataverse is not available. Okay, Dataverse is a secured, you can use like a role-based access, business automations, and all those things. All those things I'm going to cover everything. Okay, in this. In the SharePoint, as you asked, okay, we have the option for hub sites, team sites, list, libraries, okay, all those things. But data was only storing the data. SharePoint not like that. It's a web based. It is shared location of SharePoint. Users come to the site and they can see
Uh,
the data and yeah.
yes. So again, here in the SharePoint, we can see it is showing the data. Even Dataverse is also showing the data.
Mm-hmm.
So is there any different I am going to connect to my Power BI, whether it is a
Okay,
data source. What is the
but
major difference I can see while I'm connecting with Dataverse instead of SharePoint? The storage issue, or is it Dataverse is in cloud, or
no, not something like that. You can use the Power BI for both.
yeah, we are
Okay.
using both. Coming
Okay.
to if we are using the SharePoint libraries or list, if it is the more data, so now our client is recommended to use Dataverse instead of that, because the day by day the files are uploading into the SharePoint library. It is more than 10 gigahertz. So now they are recommended to use the Dataverse. So what is the major benefit here why I'm using Dataverse?
Uh, okay. In SharePoint, we have the document management. Okay, but in Dataverse, we don't have that. Okay, mainly like files, list, team sites, all those things in the shape. But Dataverse, it is only tables we can store. So and it is connected to the Power Apps and Power BI. And what is the type of storage in the Dataverse and SharePoint? We can store the structured and relational data. We can relate one table to another table. Okay, but in SharePoint, we can store the list and documents only, but non-relational data. Do you understand what I mean? We can
Yes, yes.
relate both the tables, but SharePoint, it's not possible. Okay. Performance and scale up, optimization, large data volumes, and it is faster. Dataverse. Okay.
Mhm.
Queries, business logics, all those things. Okay.
Mhm.
But in SharePoint, it is not like that. It is a especially if the data is more than 5,000, it is threshold limit, it is there. So creating the views, if it is especially we have the option for graph API to show the data, but even though if it is more than 1 lakh data, it is difficult to show in the SharePoint. Okay, but it's a completely different from Dataverse to this one. Okay, security level, we can give the security row level security, column level security, and department wise, environment wise, we can give the security. But in SharePoint, item level security is there. Okay, based on the control, but it's not fine grained. Okay, it is as Dataverse is there. Okay, and Dataverse we can support offline also, but SharePoint, it's like limited.
Okay.
Okay, and
So
Dataverse is a
here
premium
I'm more
license
interested
actually.
in Dataverse. So is the Dataverse full complete course will be covered in our coming
Yes.
future
Yeah.
classes,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
how to create from the scratch and how to integrate with this Power BI or or else we can also connect other APIs data, like other website data also we can able to dump into Dataverse, right? That kind of
Yeah,
techniques.
yeah. So everything will be covered in the coming classes. Okay. So we have a curriculum with the Krishna, so you can take that. So based on that, we are going to cover one by one apps. Okay, because like we have the freshers also. It is you are talking like Appal Razu, right? Razu, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, Raju. So we have to cover everything. Like why I'm going very slow. So we need to make beginners to understand. So and experienced people also need to come with me, okay, so that the beginners also can understand. Yeah, if the experienced people need little faster, but beginners cannot catch up. Okay, that's why I'm going slowly. If you need dataverse training, you can see our curriculum, and you can focus on those classes mainly.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. So where we are, yeah. So this is, we have covered introduction to Power Platform. We have covered how to implement the business application with the help of Power Platform, and we have covered Power Platform architecture and components. Okay. So finally, what makes Power Platform beginners friendly? Okay. So why we should care about this one, beginners, because no coding required. So here we can drag and drop the building things. Okay. And it will saves the time, like automate the boring tasks like approval, notification, all those things, like manual work we can remove, and we can automate the business process. Not only that, we have a lot of work process in the real world industry. Okay. So we need to propose all the automations also, like customers will come up with the business solution, we have to automate that. Okay. So you don't need any coding, so you just drag and drop and give the some syntax, something like that. Okay. And this, it will be easy to connect with the Microsoft 365, like Excel, Outlook, SharePoint, Teams, and more. Okay. And it is great for problem solvers. If you have like it is better way to improve this, you have a problem, there is solution from Power Platform. So okay, you don't need much experience to do this one. Okay. So mainly this course is going to cover course is going to cover mainly mainly Power Apps, Power Automate, SharePoint basics, SharePoint basics, and Dataverse. Okay. We are not going to cover Power BI. Power BI also we have class at 7:30, which is taken by Harish. So anyone interested, you can join at 7:30 Power BI classes. Power BI. So what is the job opportunities? Okay.
What
In
about Power Virtual Agents? And you missed it.
yeah, Power Virtual Agents. Power Virtual Agents. Okay. So we have covered all those things.
And
Only
how about the Copilot? Because we are almost the Microsoft is giving the support of Copilot in all the aspects. So how we can use that AI
yeah,
concept in the
Copilot.
above applications,
Yeah,
above
Copilot
topics?
is
Means how
it's a
we have to
prompt.
utilize that thing in our
Yes,
all the
it's a
above
prompt
applications.
based, right?
Is it
So we will,
included?
yeah. In the end of the class, we will take 2 to 3 classes on Copilot. Okay, so it's no, it's like prompt based. If you give the prompt, it will give the answer. It's like a chatbot, something like that. So you can give the any query. Okay, you can give the business scenario. It will create the app. Okay, something like that. We can cover the Copilot also for 2 classes. Okay. Anything to ask, Raju?
I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. And where we are, I forgot. Okay. So recap. For we have 1 minute. I will recap everything. Okay. So what is the introduction to Power Platform? Okay. Power Platform is used to implement the business applications with the help of Power Platform. Okay. So who will use the Power Platform? Any company. What purpose? Business applications. What is the use of implementing the business application? They'll improve the business. They automate the business. Okay. And what are the components available in the Power Platform? Power Apps, Power Automate, Power BI, Pages, Power Virtual Agents, Dataverse. What we are going to cover in the next classes? Power Apps, Power Automate, SharePoint Basics, Power Virtual Agents, Dataverse, and Copilot. Power BI will be taken separately in the evening. Okay. So what are the jobs available in the market? Okay. So if you know this combination, you can search for the jobs for the beginners. Also for the advanced. Now, if you have 3 to 4 years of experience, people ask for the SharePoint knowledge as well. Okay. And if you want to a good Power Platform developer, you should know all these things. Okay. So these are the combination for the getting the jobs. Okay. And you can see if you give the search. Okay. So hobbies like Power Apps jobs. We see. We will go to Naukri. See. So 3 to 6 lakhs means it is 3 to 4 years of experience. Okay. So you have these many options. 2072 jobs are waiting. Okay. For freshers, there are more than 100 jobs. For experience like 7 years, 8 years, we have 2500 jobs. Okay. So we have a lot of opportunity for the jobs also for this Power Platform. Okay. So I have opened only one website for the, there are many websites you can search for the jobs. Okay. Yeah. So any questions before closing this call? Tomorrow, same time, we have the class. Okay. That also demo. Okay. So we'll have the free demo for 3 classes. Then we'll start the real world of Power Apps, Power Automate, and Virtual Agents and Dataverse. Okay. Yeah. Thank you all. See you in the next class.
Yeah, thank you, Vijay. I guess tomorrow also same meeting link. So can you please join the same link?